Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've learned this year so far.
Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've ever learned this year. So apparently Mexican authorities are deporting Americans who have colonized along the area of the beaches.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you were not born in Mexico, you're not a Mexican. If you were born in the United States of America, you're an American.
Take a look at this video.
Mexicans want Americans to self-deport themselves out of Mexico. Yes, you heard me right.
Kind of a lot of yapping.
Sounds kind of familiar, right? We had a mass invasion here.
Y'all, I am getting deported from Mexico after living here for 4 years.
No, Americans do not get food stamps in Mexico. The thing is that they cause something worse. Americans come with this illusion in people's brain.
Hey guys, so I have some tea for you today about Mexico deporting us. Yep.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Mexico actually deporting Americans as well. And the first question I ask myself is this karma? Is this them just bringing back to do like a revenge on what Americans is actually doing to Mexicans? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. I'll just roll out some of these videos for you and then I'll come back with commentaries. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, comment, and share, and let me know what your thoughts is in the comment section. So let's just go, guys.
Take a look at this video.
Mexicans want Americans to self-deport themselves out of Mexico. Yes, you heard me right.
Kind of a lot of yapping.
Sounds kind of familiar, right? We had a mass invasion here. Now we're trying to send people out of our country. Mexico's doing the same thing.
She goes on to tell you how, they may be getting violent, blah, blah, blah. Look at this.
Let me know your thoughts on this.
Tell you what I think, what I know, right? So America, we've always exploited other countries. For manufacturing, first it was like China, whatever. Then it's Mexico, just looking for another leg up or whatever, right? Here's the difference. So Mexicans are coming here for a better life. America, we're one of the wealthiest countries in the world. People in our country go to their country. We're basically exploiting them. It's mostly people are going there for a cheaper cost of living. A lot of people down there, unfortunately, don't even respect the culture. That type of, they don't respect the people. It's kind of like what you see in Chicago. You go to certain little pocket neighborhoods like Pilsen, or look at how Logan Square has gentrified, right? A lot of the people that used to live there can't anymore. Or like Seattle when the tech boom happened. Unlike what we do to them to gentrify and make things more expensive and more difficult for the people that live there, Mexicans come to America. They actually make the American economy way stronger. They make it so we are like basically a superpower, that we stay a superpower. Without Mexicans doing all the jobs that we don't want to do, we would not be where we are right now. So again, Americans go to Mexico to make the country worse. Cost of living goes up. Mexicans come to America to keep our cost of living from going up. Do you understand?
Rent in the past 5 years has increased by 47%.
Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've ever learned this year. So apparently Mexican authorities are deporting Americans who have colonized along the area of the beaches. Of course, in the nicer area of Mexico. So if you don't have the proper documentation, they're going to deport you back to United States. And you know the most ironic thing is that these racist American people go live in different countries like in Mexico to live this luxury, beautiful, cheap life. And now they're getting deported. Yeah, the ones that say, go back to your country, go back to Mexico, go back to Guatemala, go back to Venezuela, go back to Cuba. Yeah, those are the ones living the luxury, beautiful life. Well, guess what? You're getting deported back to the United States. These people have exhausted the Mexican resources to live that beautiful lifestyle that they have over there in Mexico, that they cannot afford here in America. The table just turned. Pack it up, wrap it up, and go.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you were not born in Mexico, you're not a Mexican. If you were born in the United States of America, you're an American. Maybe your mom and dad were born over there in Mexico, but if you were born in the United States, you're an American, right? The way that it works is you would say, I am an American of Mexican descent. Because if you say that you're Mexican and you go to Mexico and they ask you, well, where were you born? And you're like, oh, I was born in California, or I was born in Texas. They're not going to claim you as Mexican. They're going to see you as an American because you weren't born there. So the proper way to say it is, I am an American of Mexican descent, right? I think people get that all wrong. It's because the Mexicans used to tell me, you're not a Mexican. If you weren't born here, you're not a Mexican. You're an American.
Honestly, these Mexican guys are not joking. Like, they are not joking. Like, they keep giving you like different advantages why they really need Americans to go, because they feel like Americans, with all of their up shoulder of, oh, you Mexican, just go back, oh, just get them deported and so on and so forth, thinking that they are not going to get deported on their own end. But finally, their president has said it all, that he is also going to deport America. And I feel like if a lot of countries are actually doing the same thing, right? Maybe probably Trump deport Nigerians, and then Nigerian president as well deport Americans that are also illegal in the country. I think things will be more sweeter. Like, I'm not engaging anybody to fight, right? But I love the fact that these Mexican people actually know what they are doing, because if you check what they are saying, they're actually trying to tell us that there is more advantage for Americans staying in Mexico than more advantage for Mexicans that are actually staying in American. And anyways, let me know what your thoughts is towards that. Let me just drop some of the remaining clips I have for you guys, then I'll come back with commentaries. But I hope you guys are enjoying this, because honestly, is this karma? Is this karma? Is this karma? I want to know in the comment section. Oh my God.
Hey guys, so I have some tea for you today about Mexico deporting us. Yep. Mexico, we were trying to get into Mexico, and they literally deported our ass back to the United States. Could you believe that? And on top of that, like, today is just not our day. We've been driving since 12 a.m. We got a flat tire at around 3 a.m. in the mountains. But you know us, we're independent, strong, independent young women. We changed that bitch by ourselves. So we changed out the tire with the spare. So tell me why when we get to the tire place, because keep in mind we're driving right in the madrugada, it's 12 a.m. This happens around 3 a.m. There's no tire, and in the mountains, like, there's no tire place open. So once we finally, it's around 8 o'clock, the tire places are opening. We stop at a tire place, and they do not have our tire. So as we're leaving the tire place, a motherfucking U-Haul hits us through the back. Like, that bitch, boom, that shit literally hit us. We're like, what the fuck? Like, this was already two bad things that had happened to us today. We're like, what the fuck is going on? You know? My best friends are over here like, bitch, do not go to Mexico. Like, that is a sign that you're not supposed to go to Mexico. I'm like, is it a sign? Oh, tell me why, girl. We go to Mexico and they deport us. We're over there waiting in the motherfucking line, girl. We waited in the motherfucking line for I don't know how long. And they bamboozled us. They literally made it seem like we were gonna cross to TJ, and we didn't even cross. Like, they literally deported us back to the United States. I didn't even know that could happen. I did not even know that they can deport you back to the United States. I felt so, like, betrayed by my Mexican raza. Do you have any thoughts, Minnie?
My back hurts.
Our back hurts too, from the motherfucking U-Haul ramming into. It was such a. So we literally made this drive. We live like 6-7 hours away. We made this drive for nothing, girl.
Putting them miles in my car.
Putting miles in the motherfucking car. We're on our way back. Like, with a fucking clown face. We look like fucking Boo Boo the clown. That's literally us. We drove all the way over here by the
12 hours
levels.
for nothing.
12 hours. 12 hours for nothing, bitch, because we're literally. They deported our ass. We're on our way back home. And that is my story time for today. Don't go to Mexico, bitch. They're going to deport your ass.
Mexicans deporting Americans is the funniest thing I've learned this year so far. Apparently, Mexican authorities are deporting Americans who have colonized along the beaches and nicer areas of Mexico who do not have the proper documentation. So yes, they've been deporting them back to the States. And you know, it's ironic because Americans are like, oh, pack up your bags, you gotta go home or whatever. And well, the Americans who have thought to exhaust Mexican resources and go live the cheap life, right? In nice areas, well, pack up your bags and let's wrap it up. No, Americans do not get food stamps in Mexico. The thing is that they cause something worse. Americans come with this illusion in people's brain, locals' brain, that if you come from the US, you are rich, you are wealthy, you come with more assets, you come with better cars, you come with more property values, which may not be true, but it causes the cost of living to skyrocket. Everything from as little as food, basic necessities, to cost of living, it skyrockets, which puts locals at a higher poverty rate, which pretty much forces locals to have to be pushed further away from their cities and hometowns. And in America, we don't have that. Our tourists or immigrants do not influence the cost of living. Our government does that, our economy does it. However, I'm not gonna get into that. But immigrants moving here does not increase the cost of living. And just to be clear, if you are working and paying your taxes and qualify for your food stamps, regardless of where you come from, you should be granted your benefits.
So these American citizens now that are living the sweetest, best of their life in Mexican, now how are they going to feel? Now this is one of the things that is actually getting me a little bit confused here, because I know Americans as people that love to keep their rules and regulations. So do we still have people that are illegally staying in other country, and those people are American people? Like, I want to know, because when Paul and Trump was actually talking about deportation, you hear them saying, oh, you go to your country, there you go, deport them. If you're not legal, you're not legal. Forgetting that your own people too, some of them are not legal in some countries. Forgive me if I'm laughing. Like, I'm not happy that they're getting deported, but it's kind of fascinating. It's surprising, you know, to see that some of these Americans as well are staying in other countries and they're not legal. I have one particular lady here in Nigeria, and she's from American, and she will tell me that, Sonia, like, I do not want to even go back to my country. I just want to stay in Nigeria, enjoy the breeze of Nigeria and everything. And trust me, this lady is living a luxury life. Like, when I mean a luxury life, this lady is living in a very huge mansion that she bought with her money, and she can't even drop the comparison for you, because if she dropped the comparison for you, she will tell you that every single thing she's enjoying here in Nigeria is 100% better than what she has been enjoying in the US. Anyways, you that is watching, let me know what you think in the comment section. If you've traveled to other countries, and how have you seen things, let me know as well. Let me allow you guys to roll up with some of the clips, and then I'll come back to wrap up my video.
Y'all, I am getting deported from Mexico after living here for 4 years. Let's talk about it. And I know I look a mess. Stay focused. Welcome to another episode of Karina's Walk and Talk, where we do some walking and some talking around my beautiful neighborhood here in Mexico. But today, we are doing a sit and speak instead of a walk and talk. It's raining outside, and honestly, I feel like this topic deserves my full attention without me dodging any puddles. Ever since I started sharing my life in Mexico, people have been calling me a gentrifier or telling me I need to go back to my country. Normally, I let those comments roll off my back. But ever since Trump's inauguration on Monday and President Claudia Sheinbaum's recent statement about deporting Americans in response to U.S. immigration policies led by the Orange Clown, the comments have been coming in hot. And to be honest, I couldn't care less about the comments, but I do feel like it's important that I address all of the stuff that has been taking place. So if you didn't know, Claudia is Mexico's first woman president. She's been out here matching Trump's energy to a T. And I feel like she's been also talking to him the way he deserves. Honestly, it's refreshing to see a leader who's willing to get in the trenches for her people, because I feel like we have not seen that in decades when it comes to Mexico. Let's start with the facts, because you know I love some good facts before I get into my opinion. Last week, after Trump's years of ranting about illegal immigrants stealing black jobs, they were eating the animals. And it's funny that some people want to believe this just started. This started way before his first term as president, okay? This is not a new day. This is not a new Trump. So basically, Claudia responded and said, cool, if you're deporting our people, we'll deport yours too. Now, nothing is official yet, but people keep asking how I feel as a legal resident card-holding immigrant possibly facing deportation. And here's Karina's truth. Claudia is just reciprocating energy. She was really trying to kumbaya with Trump, and he basically hit her with a no thanks. We're going to keep doing what we've been doing. And by the way, we'd like to get the Gulf of America. We're going to buy that up off you, sweetheart. And here we are. I love my life here in Mexico. But would I be devastated if I got deported? No. And here's why I wouldn't be upset at all. The circumstances for Americans being deported from Mexico are not the same as Mexicans being deported from the U.S. Most Americans here, including myself, we came by choice. Some of us moved here for a lower cost of living, remote work opportunities, or just a slower, more peaceful lifestyle. No matter our reasons for moving to Mexico, most of our income for immigrants or expats still come from the U.S. So we do have options. The stakes are so much higher for the people being deported from the US. Now, do I think the president of Mexico is going to start deporting legal residents like me first? No, I don't think that. But if it gets to that point, I completely understand. I said this earlier. She's standing up for her people in a way we haven't seen someone stand up for Mexico in decades. And if I have to pack up and go because she's refusing to let Trump continue his nonsense, then so be it. I'm not afraid. I'm not angry. I'm not sad. I'm none of these emotions people want me to be. Now, let me say this. If y'all catch me getting married to my child's father to stay in Mexico, just know I changed my mind and I realized I'm not leaving Mexico and I had to find a way to stay. But here's the thing. When I see comments telling me to go back to my country, it's not a dig to me. I've lived in 4 different countries and I can adapt. I will adapt. So at the end of the day, I've made peace with whatever comes next. I'm gonna be all right regardless. All right, so that's it for today's sit and speak or walk and talk. I know it was a lot of information, but I just wanted to address the deportation things and let people know I'm good. I'm all right. Y'all make sure y'all stay dry out there. I know some places in the world, they had snow. We having rain. And I'll see you on the next episode of Karina's Walk and Talk. Now, maybe it won't be from Mexico anymore, and that's all right. Just know I'll still be sharing my journey with y'all and living my best life no matter where I am in the world. Take care. Cuídate.
So finally, Americans too are going. It's sad anyways. It's sad because I never see this coming. I never knew that Mexico can also deport Americans. But it's good. It's good to see this as a challenge. Probably it might help Mr. President be able to know how to restructure a lot of things. A lot of people just go out for greener pasture. A lot of people just go out because they want a better life for their family or they want a better life for their children. And it is sad that they have just been deported over any reasons. I don't even want to know if it's even coming from US or it's coming from Mexico and the rest of that. But in everything I'm going to be saying is, it is important that you make sure that your documents are legal. That's one thing I will tell you if you're watching this particular video. In every single country that you go to, be it the smallest country in the whole world, just make sure that if you want to stay there, let things be legal. Because if things are legal, it is very, very easy to be like, okay, this is it. My stay is legal here. Then it is left for them to be like, oh yeah, your stay is legal and we're still deporting you, than people that at the end of the day, we know that their stay is not even legal. So for those ones that their stay is not even legal, if they are deporting them, to be honest, I don't even care about that, because you are not doing the right thing. You're supposed to do the right thing. You're meant to do the right thing. But for those ones that are legal and are being deported or are getting deported probably because of one issue or the other, I really feel for those people and I send you guys hugs. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think this is karma that is actually happening to Americans, or do you think that Mexicans just want to do it because Americans actually did the same to their people? Let me know in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, subscribe, like, drop me a comment, and lastly, do not forget to share. And guys, with no further ado, I don't like what I say in my videos. I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye. I love you guys. Mwah.